Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 24 of my university challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And it's been a while. I'm finally back with them. I was doing my making money scenario, and that finished earlier this week. So I'm back. And they are in the home stretch. It's their last day of classes. So we have exams for all but Grant, because Grant had 4 classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which meant he did term papers and presentations only. I do have him, I think, doing some meditating, because that's the only skill he has that he can do any work on. He can't study for it, but I figured let's try and get the wellness skill up a little bit. I'm not sure at this point if it helps at all, because he can't study. He can't, he has no homework. It's just not something he can do because he's essentially finished all the classwork. We do have a few 3 Sims who are only at 4 of 5 tutoring sessions. Freddie is one. He is out doing it because I had the issues where I'd start them and then I'd save and quit and come back in, and it would reset the timer. So they'd lose all the time that they had done between when I started them and then saved later kind of thing. So Freddie had that happen to him twice. He should be done because he was actually 5 hours, but he has enough time just until his exam, but the other 2 didn't. So that's why they'll have to do theirs after, but everybody else is at that point. And these 2 are the only ones who can do some studying right now because, well, not the only ones. The other ones can study, but I figure if they've maxed their skill, there's not much point in studying, so they're not doing any studying. So Bonnie, I had her, she didn't have enough time to get to her exam because it was 4 hours, and even at the time when I looked, I think it was 5 hours, and it's definitely 5 hours for the tutoring. So I thought it was too close, where Freddie had 6 hours at the time, so that was close, but doable, especially because they have their brooms to get around. So let's see, and she's maxed all of her skills that she needs, so yeah, she kind of can't really do very much. Really. Do you have a track? You could release a track if it's any good. Yep. And then you can produce a new track. I see we got. So Norah, I have her up here doing, because she is taking a wellness class. So I thought she could work on, instead of studying, I thought she could just do this. I don't even know if she can. I don't know if her case, she might be able, no, she can't study either because it was a Wednesday class. She only has one exam herself today, and that's the painting at 8 a.m. So we're just kind of waiting. And I did have Abigail do her work task, fertilize a plant. She just did it. And then I had her go back and do the studying for her baking. Where is she now? She's at level 8. I don't know whether she might do better just actually doing some baking, if that might boost it quicker. Her class is in 3 hours. Why don't we just have her bake something? I know they don't really eat it, but let's have her bake. And we'll have her bake something higher up in hopes that higher up things help boost it more. So we'll do an artisan herb bread, and we shall see how that goes. And Declan, I'm guessing, is playing Sim Scuffle. Yeah, where we go. Is anybody nervous? Worried? Looks like she is. She's got cram for the exam. They're painting, which she doesn't really have any cramming to do. But I'm going to actually stop her from levitating because, well, I'll wait till it's 30 minutes. Declan also doesn't need to go anywhere because he's the one who's close by too. And who tells us here? Declan, Colleen, and Norah. Those are the ones. So Colleen, what do I have you doing? Okay, you can go to your class. You're thinking about family member. You should go to your class. Why are you not going to your class? It's in your neighborhood. Well, hopefully you're on time for your exam because I can't make you take notes or do anything. Okay, why don't you go... Oh, your chickens. Sorry, guys. And the chickens wandering around the university neighborhood. Oh, where is the quad? There it is. So why don't you fly there so you're closer? Hopefully you stay there. Sometimes they don't stay there when I tell them to go. So, and we're going to get you to stop levitating and stop streaming. And you can transportalate here. Be friendly with Abigail. I did actually check this was clean. Now it's dirty because, you know, that's what happens. And then Declan, I think, was the other one with the exam. Okay, so he's hopefully going at university class. All right. I'm trying to look. I think it was Colleen, right? Yes. This is the final one. So hopefully, and let's check in on Freddie. So he is almost done with that tutoring, and his exam is in an hour now. It says 2 hours, but that's because it's 8:20 and it's not quite, but it'll tick over to saying 1 hour soon. So hopefully that works out, because like I said, the problem is you can be a little late during the week because you can take notes and things, but you can't now. So his is not for 3 hours. He's done everything. So he's just kind of wandering around. He could try. No, you know what? It's probably not a good idea to contribute knowledge on a research archive museum or machine before the exam, because if it fails and he gets dazed, that may be not a good thing to do. We have some very uncomfortable. Okay, you should go to your class. Sorry. Oh, look how uncomfortable she is. Oh, he's uncomfortable too. He got his money. And he's now on that final thing. They're all really queasy about their exams. Hopefully you're going to be there. Are you going? You're going. And, oh, we got a promotion. And I think that's the top of the career, which means they don't have any classes. They don't work on Friday is what I mean to say. So yes, so she got it to the top of that career. And now she's very inspired from her cooking, which it is excellent. And we're just kind of waiting for the results we'll see how the first ones did with their exams. Hopefully they did well. Okay, so we got confident, squeezed everything, kind. So they all did well. Good. That's good. For their first ones, they all did well. And Norah is done for the day, so she could go do some more. I'm going to just pause. So I'm going to get them through their classes, and I'll just tell you how they did at the end, and I'll be back. Well, we have 3 students at their final exams. I did have one, I think it was Colleen was a little late, and so she got like the second best message for how she did. Everybody else is done, turned in, did as much as they could to, help, blah, blah, blah. So I noticed that Declan actually has maxed his magic. So I have never had him complete. This was the aspiration he was working on as a teen, where he only needed to get to level 3, but he never got to level 4, but he should be able to get to level 4 now. So there we go. And I have bought a few rewards for some of them, but I thought we'd sort of go over it with one, in this case, Declan. I realized I should have been doing this early, because like morning sim, that would have helped them when they were studying and stuff with their university stuff. We haven't been having storms. I usually tend to have them make clean weather or good weather, so I don't have that. He already has a marketable, and they didn't have frugal. I don't know what I was thinking. They should have all had frugal. I mean, obviously, and I'm going to give him shameless, even though I have emotional deaths off. And then the other one that I want to give them is this savant. And that's what I've done with, all of them. I haven't done anything else. That was it. So he still has oodles of points left. And so he's completed that. But let's actually come here and sell that to Collector, because he's really close to level 5 of his magic. Of his celebrity. So sometimes selling pictures, things like that can help. And oh, that's broken. And I've been having him just do regular streams, not the other type. I don't know. He's never got fabulously wealthy. Seriously? What was I thinking? Oh, we don't look. We're 5 simoleons off on the landscaping. That is. I'm not going to focus on that right now. I will get that done though, because they may as well. And I'm just going to put him back over onto his painter extraordinaire. And They are finished with their exams. So let's see how they did. Turned in, squeezed every bit, squeezed out. So they all did well. So we only had one of all the classes today that they got the medium message, not the top message. So yeah, and I don't know whether, and I have Colleen off doing her tutoring, and I believe it's Bonnie who needs to tutor, but let's just check her needs. She probably should scrubberoo herself out here if I can get to her there, and then she should do her tutoring because she is the last one not to even have start that fifth one. Everybody else has got them done, or in the one case is started. So I'm gonna scrubberoo. And then is this where we tutor? Yes, sir. But let's just double check. We're going to have her tutor, like obviously something that she's maxed the skill on. And maybe if fabrication is an option, I'll have her tutor fabrication. And I would have scrolled right by it. So let's get over, go lower. And there it is. So she can get her last one done. Of course, even though they're on their last thing, they probably still will end up going to their grant, and Freddie will still end up going. Let's have you come here and repair that. To their final, except for that. Oh, there he goes. Except for Freddie, I don't know. I can never remember because I know it's Friday, so I don't know whether it's an actual game on the Friday nights, or if it's just like he can work from home. But it'll come up and tell me, like it'll give me the option to have him work from home. Obviously, Grant always has to go. I don't know if Grant did what he needed to. He hasn't practiced kicking or whatever. What are his needs like? He should scrubberoo himself because he always gets dirty when he goes, so there's no point starting dirty before you even go there. But they both have maxed it. So that should give them, from my understanding, the head start on the careers. Because, of course, I had really wanted Grant to become a professional athlete versus the bodybuilder because I think that suited him better. And same with Freddie. I wanted him to go, like, not the tech guru programming route. I wanted him to go the gaming route because, again, I thought that suited him. So that's why we had them, push to get those done. And good, he got it done. Yay. And I'm just curious where Norah is in terms of what magic she knows. So let's go into here and open the spell book. Obviously, there's other ways. So she still has 2 mischief magic, and those were the ones I didn't really care about as much. But, for just the sake of completeness, I could have her work on that. But let's see. So she's just got to this seasoned member. I don't know whether if you just do... They don't have any debates. 15 hours, she'll be finished with that. Because I noticed when Colleen started painting, she got the little thing for the fact that it helped with the painting. But I don't know if there's supposed to be a meeting going on right now. Nope, I don't see anything. So that's, and it shouldn't have been on earlier. It's a school day. They shouldn't have it going on. It should be in the evening, on the weekends. It makes sense. It makes sense that it is. So why don't we have her? Can she study? No. I was like, why would she study? I know there was down here to debate a topic. You sometimes have to unlock. So she has to do professional versus DIY handiwork. So we could have her research that. So sometimes you have to research things before you unlock it. It's not just the level of skill that you have that unlocks it. So now we're just waiting for them to go to their things and see how that goes, and for their results to come back. So I'll be back when we get their results, unless something happens. Well, we got our first results. So we got A+ for Norah, yay, and A+ for Abigail on everything, yay. Same for Bonnie, even Colleen, who had the bad results on the one day. So, and we have pop-ups there saying graduation tomorrow coming up. Declan, A+ on everything. Edward, Freddie, and Grant. Yay, they all got A+ and everything across the board, even though some of them messed up a little bit with their classes. Why is his social going down? They're chatting. Why? I don't understand that. And maybe they don't have their things tonight. It's no longer showing it. They were here. Okay, so they're done. So they didn't, I've heard of someone getting stuck with it. So luckily that did not happen. And let's check here. So we still have that showing here for him. And Freddie, he still had the new, he could craft a utility bot. No, he can't. He can't do that because we don't have the parts. He could craft a chatterbot. But he doesn't have to go to the thing. Yay for that. So we'll have him do a chatterbot. We'll have him do that. I don't think that's going to be enough to move him up. And then we have these two. So let's see with Norah. So the earn a degree did count. So let's actually switch. I had him working. He did a painting. It wasn't the right. I think he did it autonomously because Declan was doing a figure painting. And obviously that doesn't count. So I would not have asked him to do that. So let's go on to knowledge. And that's like, you shouldn't have to. Yeah. So he got that. So now they all should have that. It's just a matter of me going through and taking it. And I need to get their careers. And this door here isn't locked. So that's why. The chickens are, I'm like, I'll lock this one. But that doesn't work because they're coming in here. Quite funny. Hopefully this door is locked. Hopefully. I don't know what that 30 was. So, unfortunately, since they all graduated at the same time, we're only going to be able to go with whoever we get the pop-up first for the graduation ceremony. And I don't know that, I know that we have 5 at one school and 3 at the other, but I don't think it makes a difference. I still think it's only going to work for one of them, but we shall see if that is definitely the case. And you don't actually get the job using the degree. It's too soon. We have to wait essentially till after the graduation ceremony, and then the options will then show up. There's a little lag between when you get your degree and when the jobs using the degree turn up. The other thing with Declan is he never made any progress in the acting career. So we were going to try and get him to do that. But that's not what he went to university for. So I'm inclined just to have him quit because he's at level 3, which meant he never made any progress, which doesn't make sense because I usually find that when they go and have a successful gig, it usually boosts them up. But it's almost like they had him start at level 1, which again, really, it didn't make a lot of sense to me because I'm pretty sure that's what level he is. He's like level 3. He's like some really low, silly level. Yeah, 3. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he's at level 3. I know he did go to a couple of gigs. I know he had problems because somehow traveling and going to university and various things seem to cancel them. And then it made it hard to get it because we also had to work it with everybody else because he had to be around to be able to go to his auditions and then to the other. Now he doesn't because he's high enough. So he could probably get through it relatively quickly, except for that you still be by the time you like book your gig, and the gig is like there's a few days, so it still would take too long. So I think he's not going to make it on this acting given the issues we had with it, and he's probably, as soon as he gets the opportunity with the rest of them, he'll take on the new job. So but I am going to just sort of play off camera overnight, and we'll see whichever one gets to go, and we can watch them with their, celebrating in their graduation. So I'll be back. So I've been getting the notifications of the graduation ceremonies, but it is coming up individually for all of them. But if we look here, we can see that. And all 8 of them have their own separate event. So Norah's came first in terms of the pop-up notification. So I'm kind of thinking she might be the one who we'll go with, but we'll see. Whoever they ask is who we'll go with, whoever they ask first. And I've been having them do their contributing knowledge on a research archive machine, those who still needed to do it. Edward is one of them. At least 2 got dazed, and so did he. This is the new machine. What are you still doing? Stop. You're dazed. Oh, it's saying it's a failure. Yeah, like they've had no luck. No luck at all. And it still seems to mark it as being complete, except for that I'm going to have them have a nap. That I'm pretty sure I had the same thing happen with Colleen, and it marked it as complete, and now it's gone. Okay, so we're going to go with whomever this one is for, and I'll be back when we get there. Well, we're here, and it turned out that it actually did bring Declan and Colleen. So we'll get to see the 3 of them at least graduate. Had I realized that, I might have gone with the other 5 because it would have been 5 versus 3. But you know what? Norah raised all of these kids all by herself. Obviously, they helped later in terms of like the money and stuff. I think she should get her graduation ceremony. So, of course, she is sad from missing everybody, if they even go. Because sometimes I have actually come here and they don't actually disappear and go into their ceremony. So we shall see. Actually, we now have a pop-up for the others. So I will just say okay and see what happens. In this case, they all changed their outfits and they're still here. Still waiting. And our third pop-up. And now they're starting to do the normal, like, chatting with each other that often happens. So, fingers crossed, we'll get our pictures for them. And yay, they've all gone in, so looks like it might be successful for them. And here they are, all graduated, throwing their hats up, at least the 3 of them. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that we didn't get to see the others, but at least we got to see Norah. So you see 3 of them. So we'll get some pictures, and looks like they have their graduation. Now we do still have to wait to do the job, getting a degree. I can just quickly show that I don't think it'll be available now, but let's just check in and go in under find a job. Actually, it looks like she does have the ability to do the jobs now, but I think it'll take us too long to get through all of them. So we will do that in the next part and see a little bit of them in their careers in the next part. So let's just close out of here and we'll deal with that later. But, and there, all 3 of them are together. Yay, at least we got, like I said, the 3 of them. But that is going to be it for this part. Likes and comments are always appreciated and they really help with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!